Being together isn't the only part of love. Sometimes the real magic is in finding your way back, no matter how far life pulls you apart. That's exactly what Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have shown the world. In a recent conversation that surprised fans everywhere, Kelly said something that melted hearts and maybe confused a few people too. She said, "If we ever got divorced, we'd end up back together." Now, that's not your typical Hollywood soundbite, right? Especially in a world where celebrity love stories seem to have shorter lifespans than a red carpet interview. But Kelly and Mark aren't your typical couple. Their story isn't about picture-perfect romance. It's about growing, laughing, arguing, and still choosing each other every single time. Their journey began way back in 1996 on the set of All My Children. Two young, fiery, ambitious actors with that spark that even the cameras couldn't contain. They met, they flirted, and then, in true soap opera fashion, they made a wild, spontaneous decision that would change their lives forever. They ran off to Vegas. No grand wedding, no audience, no paparazzi. Just two people crazy enough to believe they knew what real love was. Kelly once joked, "We didn't even tell anybody, we just barely got out." Some would call it reckless, but when love feels that real, it's less of a risk and more of a calling. But, as every love story teaches us, the wedding is just the opening act. The real plot begins afterward, when the lights fade and life gets loud. Decades passed. There were kids, careers, fame, and the kind of pressure that can crush even the strongest relationships. Mark was building his acting career, often away for long stretches, while Kelly was running a morning show and raising 3 kids. Somewhere between flights, filming, and family life, they started to lose touch. Kelly once admitted there were years when she worried they had gone out of style. Mark, on the other hand, confessed that jealousy hit him early on, not over other men, but over how much of Kelly's time and attention went to everyone else. And yet, through the chaos, they never stopped loving each other. Kelly said it perfectly. "We were years when we didn't even like each other that much, but we always loved each other." That's real. That's marriage. It's messy, funny, exhausting, and still somehow beautiful. Mark once compared marriage to dancing. You step on each other's toes, you trip, you fall, but then you laugh, forgive, and keep dancing. Maybe that's why their rhythm has lasted nearly 3 decades. When asked what would happen if they ever separated, Kelly didn't miss a beat. "We'd find our way back." And Mark? He just nodded, completely sure of it. Because after all these years, after raising a family and growing both together and apart, they've learned something rare. Love isn't about staying perfect. It's about staying connected. Kelly once said, "Our hearts know each other too well. We've run out of alternatives." And honestly, that might be the most romantic thing ever said. Their love isn't based on constant passion or fairy tale perfection. It's built on humor, honesty, and friendship. They tease each other on camera, they laugh through chaos, and when they argue, well, they still make up with a joke. That's their secret. Laughter. In a world that takes everything too seriously, they've made humor their glue. Their playful banter on talk shows, their quick jabs, the way they roll their eyes mid-sentence, it's not just for show. It's who they are. They've shown that marriage isn't about being flawless. It's about having fun, even when life throws curveballs. And that's why fans love them, because they're not pretending. They're real. Two people who've built something strong enough to survive distance, jealousy, and even the occasional slam door. They call each other best friends first, lovers second. And that's what makes their connection so powerful. Because when the passion fades, friendship is what keeps the lights on. Their honesty has turned them into a symbol of what lasting love can look like. Not a perfect fantasy, but a perfectly human one. When Kelly and Mark shared that even a divorce wouldn't break them, it didn't sound sad. It sounded comforting. Like two souls who've walked every storm together and know exactly where they belong. Fans flooded social media with comments like, "That's the kind of love I want. Real, unfiltered, and strong enough to survive anything." And maybe that's why their story hits so hard. Because deep down, we all want that. Not perfection, just someone who stays. Someone who laughs when you're tired, holds you when you're mad, and walks beside you no matter how messy it gets. Kelly and Mark's love isn't the fairy tale kind. It's better. It's the kind that grows roots, that bends but never breaks, that argues, forgives, and finds its rhythm again. It's proof that love doesn't need to be flawless, it just needs to be faithful. So maybe they're right. Maybe even if life pulled them apart, somehow, some way, they'd still find their way back. Because real love, it doesn't end. It evolves. And for Kelly and Mark, it's still dancing.